It's the moment you didn't know you're waiting for.
He is Carter.
He's Chad.
And this is the Irish 365 podcast.
Well, Irish 365 Nation, we've finally made it. The long-awaited
Game week!
I mean, I don't think that could sum it up any better.
I'm ready.
I don't know if I could say it any better than that. We've made it. The long-anticipated Miami preview show. We've been putting podcasts out trying to get through the offseason, right?
Yeah. And it's weird because last season was a long season. I mean, just a long season from kickoff to national championship.
Yep.
And I thought it was going to make for a short offseason.
Yeah.
It was national championship to blue and gold game went by really quick.
Yeah.
Blue and gold game to today.
Dog days of summer, right?
Oh, ever. Has it ever been? But I'm excited. We're here. We're finally here. We're at my favorite time of year.
Yep.
Fall football.
I was going to say, favorite time of year is Victory Monday, though, right?
Victory Monday
is a lot better, right? It's obviously getting ready for the game week, exciting. I mean, but week one, I mean, it's always been one of those things, especially in college football, where you're so excited because it's so unknown. But obviously now in this new NIL transfer portal, everything, like you really, I mean, there's teams like Florida State, like last year, who come in thinking they're going to be college football playoff teams and finish a couple wins, like.
Yeah.
And there's teams like IU who have no expectation coming in. They have 10,000 people at their stadium. Next thing they know, they're in the first ever 12-team college football playoff.
Hey, everybody's undefeated.
Yep.
It's Christmas Eve. The anticipation of what's to come.
Yep.
And I guess a few teams have already played.
Yeah.
But for 120 teams that haven't played yet.
Exactly.
121.
Yeah.
This is Christmas Eve right here.
Yeah, we're excited.
It's going.
It's time. I mean, full slate Saturday. It's nice having the Irish off on Sunday. That late game, everyone's eyes will be on it. Holiday Monday, obviously. I mean, everyone's going to be watching that game Saturday night. So, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's much more to say. Get you hyped. If you're not hyped, yeah, I don't know what we're saying is not
Check your pulse.
I would say, we're not going to, what we're saying right now is not hyping you up if you're not hyped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is it. This is the one I look forward to. I've been thinking about this one for a while. This is our Notre Dame Miami preview.
Official.
And this is the official. This is a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Only game to watch. All eyes of the nation are going to be on this game. You know, media is going to play up the Catholic versus convicts angle.
Oh, yeah.
The Miami fans have been chirping. Last time Notre Dame come to the Orange Bowl, they got
hard
rocked out. The luck of the Irish, yada yada. Which, you know, they go back to that 2017 game. We didn't perform well.
Yeah.
And a thing sticks out in my mind was just Drew Tranquil.
Yep.
Just into that podcast or that telecast when they're interviewing him, and he's like, just angry, like, because they knew they missed an opportunity. And hey, last time we were in Hard Rock, we performed pretty well.
Yeah, I was gonna say
we performed pretty well.
Miami Hurricanes official X account got community noted the other day because they were.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that made me laugh. That's why X is the best, and our Irish 65 podcast is on X. You know, because we're the best, right?
Hey, we're enjoying the heck out of the X. We didn't really jump into the X water too much last year.
Yeah. That was on us.
We've jumped into the X water, and hey, if you're a Notre Dame fan and you don't have a good community, get off of Facebook, get on X.
Yeah, and once you hear our contest, which I'm sure we'll mention later, that's
contest.
Yeah, that's exclusively on
contest.
X. Yeah, you're gonna want to be on. If you don't have an X account, you're gonna want to get on.
Get on X.
You're gonna want to get on.
We are worth getting on X for this time.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Like Notre Dame going in. What do we think about coming into the season at this point? Because we have big news since our last pod.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had the two-parter. We recorded all in one day, so obviously they were dropped at different times. So this is before quarterback announcement. We've got a starting quarterback.
We have a guy.
Congratulations to CJ Carr on the starting quarterback job. That's right, we got sound effects too.
CJ Carr.
So yeah, definitely a big shout to CJ Carr. I mean, I think CJ was definitely the favorite from the beginning, but Kenny Minchey definitely made it interesting. That's definitely what this show always talked about. We know both guys are very talented. We just don't want Kenny Minchey getting hated on.
Yeah, and I still think there's going to be a time and place where Kenny Minchey's going to have to come in an injury or something. Kenny's going to have to play some minutes.
It's just a thing where this is a long season. We felt that last year. Steve Angeli had his time. Obviously, the Orange Bowl, he had to step up. We're going to need that from Kenny Minchey. You're going to need that from every guy. Like the second, third strings deep, if you got to realize that. Today's college football, those guys got to be ready.
Yeah, and we're rotating three deep in a lot of positions. You just don't normally do it at quarterback, and you don't want to do it at quarterback.
Right.
But I'm hoping that we're in a position where Kenny's getting some good minutes
versus Purdue,
and Miami or whoever.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping we see some Kenny Minchie, and he's ready to go a la Steve Angeli style.
Yeah.
When the moment's called, it's not too bright. Now, I think this is a good thing. And ultimately it is, because the hardest thing I think for a coach, we've talked about this on this pod before, is to know how a kid is going to perform under pressure. Mm-hmm. And this quarterback competition allowed Denbrock to see how both Kenny and CJ performed under pressure, under a lot of stress, good, bad, or indifferent. I think the other thing it allowed him to do was figure out what each player's strengths and weaknesses are. And he didn't have a chance to do that last year with Riley Leonard, because Riley Leonard was injured, all spring and coming in. He didn't get a chance to really flush out like where Riley's strengths and weaknesses were. We saw that with not getting a touchdown pass till, 3-4 games in.
Week 4.
So I think there's some good things here about this competition, and I'm hoping it's a situation where Kenny rose to the occasion and made it a lot harder not to pick CJ early. Yep. And it's not a quarterback, you got 2, you don't have one. I'm hoping we got a really good one and we got a really good backup, and we're gonna leverage that. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
All support for CJ here. I mean, I'm excited. He's obviously had a hype for a long time as Notre Dame fans that this guy's going to be the one. So, I mean, I hope so. I'm really looking forward to watching him play actual football.
I'm still excited about Kenny, but I'm not going to be calling for Kenny to come in the first time CJ throws an incompletion.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be full support for CJ here.
Yep.
I'm sure there's going to be people. CJ Carr can, and we said this a while ago, whatever guy wins it, CJ Carr can throw 300 yards, 30 for 31, and people will be complaining about that one incompletion. So
even if it hits a guy in the hands and gets dropped.
Yep, exactly. So it's just one of those things where that's how the social media is going to be, and just don't be one of those fans. But that's just me. So let's get into this Miami game. That's the important thing.
Yep.
Notre Dame is currently 2.5-point favorites. Over under 49.5. I mean, this is supposed to be a close game. If you look at 49.5, that's both teams under 25 points, or one team just over 25 points. I mean, it's expecting to be a low-scoring dogfight. I know I was looking at the weather the other day. Kickoff temps are going to be around 82, 83, so not crazy hot, but there is a chance for rain.
Yeah.
Which it's South Florida. There's always chance for rain, right? I mean, it could pop up and go away. And
it'll rain and the sun will shine every day in South Florida.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's one of those things. But, yeah, I think it's interesting to know it is not supposed to be 105 like last year in Texas A&M, where we did not have problems with the heat. The team did not. Me, maybe a little bit. But, so this game I'm super excited for. Obviously, if you're on social media, you've been seeing all the Miami fans talk about how loud this stadium's going to be, and they get hyped for these Catholic versus convict games and all that stuff. Just a side note, checked earlier today, the game's still not sold out, but that's another note for another day. So, let's get in. What do you want to do? Keys to victory? What do you want to get
Well,
here?
Let's talk about Miami, right? I mean, let's get into what Miami looks like. We know Notre Dame coming in, and if we talk about Notre Dame, we know that strength of our offense. We'll take a step back. We'll talk Notre Dame, I guess. Then we'll jump into Miami.
Yeah.
Because Notre Dame, we know the strength of our offense, running back, offensive line.
Yep. Just bread and butter. It's always been that way, always will be, right?
So that sets you up for success, and it takes a young quarterback and takes a lot of pressure off of him because he's going to get some protection, and we're going to have a run game that's going to work. Now, wide receivers. Everything is sounding great about wide receivers. Most improved 4 years in a row.
Yeah, I was going to say, this has been a trend, though, for Notre Dame, right? Hyping up the wide receivers all offseason. We need someone to step up and show us is always my take on it.
And it's twofold, right? We have to have wide receivers getting open. We have to have guys getting them the ball. So a lot of unknown about the wide receiver quarterback situation. Tight end's a little unknown.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Eli Raridan being this breakout year for him. So I think it leans up to Notre Dame offensively. What we're looking at, running game.
Yep.
Running game. That's why the contest is going to be based on the running game.
Yep.
All right. You look at defense. Our strength on the defense is our secondary and our linebackers. Defensive end should be a strength.
Yep.
Defensive tackles, a little bit of a question mark.
Yep, we'll find out, right?
So I think that sets up Notre Dame and where we're at. There are some people think our defensive ends are going to be phenomenal and our defensive tackles are going to be well above average. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, it sets up really well for us this season. Now let's talk about Miami.
Yep.
First of all, new quarterback.
Yep.
Cam Ward, he gone. He's in the NFL. They got Carson Beck.
I was going to say the highest scoring offense in all of college football last year.
Yeah. Also, phenomenal quarterback play.
Yeah.
Now, they're dropping Cam Ward, and they're picking up Carson Beck.
Yep.
A lot of people in Miami, and I listen, I did you all a solid. I've read Miami media. I've listened to Miami podcast. I can tell you what the Miami fan base is thinking. and you don't have to listen to all of it.
Yeah.
Here it is in 30 seconds. They think Carson Beck is the next great quarterback. He's the next Joe Burrow.
Plug and play, right?
He's plug and play. They think that they've got the best offensive line, and they think they got the best.
Maybe ever, the way some of them are talking.
Yeah, and they think they've got some of the best offensive line coaching in the NCAA. Like, they just think they're that good offensive line-wise. Yep. They think their running backs are...
Mark Fletcher Jr., right? That's their one that they think's the great, Yeah,
they think their running backs are going to be right up there. When you're talking about best running back rooms in the country, Notre Dame, Penn State, you better put Miami's name in your mouth, because they think you better put some respect on Miami.
Yep.
And they're going to be talking the U stuff.
Yep.
Tight end, they're going to be okay. They've got 6 new wide receivers because they lost all their production from last year, but they're like, hey, this is South Florida. It's Miami. Wide receivers fall out of trees.
Yeah, I mean, they feel like we do with offensive linemen, right? Like, they're just going to they're going to have a good wide receiver. Like, that's just how they feel.
In South Florida, when it gets cold, there's iguana warnings because iguanas fall out of trees.
Yeah.
They think the same thing about wide receivers. They're just everywhere you go, you run into a wide receiver. So they're feeling pretty confident about their offensive side of the ball. Defensively, they feel really good about their defensive line.
Yeah.
They think they've gone out and got a couple of new linebackers. They got a bunch of new secondary backs. They think they're as good as anybody in the country. And let's be honest, Cristobal, the coach at Miami, underperformed last year. All they had to do was win against Syracuse.
Yeah.
And they were up 21, and they dropped that game, and they were in the CFP. It was a lock, and they failed. Yeah. There's been a lot of pressure on him about that. So the boosters ponied up. They went out the NIL portal. They got talent. Now, can they bring it all together is the question.
I was going to say, we've seen this in the portal era, right? This either is always goes very well or goes very, very poorly. There's not really an in-between here with this all buy-in players kind of deal.
So my take on this is it comes down to team chemistry for Miami.
Yep.
It really does. I mean, and this is where, as a Miami fan, I would be nervous. If they don't know it yet, they're going to figure it out. We can go to the Riley Leonard experiment last year.
It's very eerily similar.
Riley Leonard was injured in the spring, did not have a chance to get his timing with his receivers, a whole new group of guys, and it showed why we didn't get a passing touchdown until 4 games in.
Yeah.
Carson Beck has got that same disadvantage. He came in injured.
Yep.
He's got 6 brand new guys in the wide receiver room. They're still introducing each other to each other. I mean, like, they don't even know who each other is at this point. So I think they're going to struggle potentially in the passing game. Now, their offensive line, if it's as
and that's not just because Carson Beck is a darn good quarterback.
Oh yeah, no knock on Carson Beck.
It's just like you can't just snap your fingers and have chemistry.
If he's as good as they think he is, he might come out of the gate hot.
I was saying he's a better passing quarterback than Riley Leonard. Yeah. Like, there's no doubt about that. But I mean, he had it was elbow surgery. Like, it's not like
he hasn't been able to throw.
Riley Leonard had ankle surgery.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that. That's a tough. I think it was on his non-throwing arm, but still, I mean, that's keeping you out. You're not getting reps in with elbow surgery. But
yeah, challenge for Miami is going to be chemistry between quarterback and wide receivers. I think they're going to be better in the passing game at the end of the year than they are at the beginning of the game.
1,000%
for sure.
Yeah.
So, and they know the strength of the Notre Dame defense is going to be the secondary.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to game plan according to that, and they feel like offensively their strength is their offensive line and their running backs.
Yeah.
They think they're underrated. So when I look at the two teams' offensive game plans, it's going to be probably pretty similar for different reasons. They're going to probably be a little less gun happy with the throw, not because they don't have faith in their quarterback, but because they're going to have a little uncertainty in their receiver room.
And that much faith in their running backs, it sounds like.
And they've got a ton of faith. I mean, they think they've got the best offensive line. They just do.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to try and run the ball a lot, and they're going to pass less just because they don't feel like they need to. And I think Notre Dame's going to do the same thing for a different reason. We're going to have less faith in our quarterback. We're going to ease him into it, put a first-year start in a hostile environment.
Yeah.
Not put him in a bad position. Defensively, like I said, Notre Dame, secondary, that's our strength.
Yeah.
Linebackers, our strength. I think defensive end's going to be a strength for us. So if you want to attack us defensively, run game makes sense.
Jordan Botelho, available this weekend, was coming out of Freeman's press conference today.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
Huge. I don't think he was listed as a starter, but depth. I mean, you got to rotate that position. I mean, it's still going to be humid. Miami's going to be a physical team. We know that. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be depth in the D-line is going to be huge. I mean, they're talking about playing 6 guys there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are forgetting about Boubacar Traore.
Yeah, Q.
I think
he's going to be better,
he was on a tear and then got injured, and I just think people forgot about him for whatever reasons.
Just because he hasn't been around as long, I think, part of it.
Patella's
been around a really long time, so that also helps.
And then you look at that, and you look at what works. If there's a weakness in the Notre Dame defense, we've said this before, it might be defensive tackle. Yeah. I'm not sure it is, but if there is one, that's probably the place to attack.
That's the easiest one to pick out, right? Like
if you've got a strong offensive line and you think you've got good running backs, I'm going to try and run between tackles.
Yep.
That's where I'm going to go. So I think that's what I'd expect from Miami.
100%.
And and if you're Notre Dame, you're looking at Miami's defense. I think the weakness in Miami's defense could be the secondary.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop anything last year. They went out and got a whole bunch of guys in the transfer portal. They got a whole bunch of dudes that are athletes.
Yeah.
But they also got a new defensive coordinator in. So is his scheme installed? Is it understood? How well is it understood? And I know we've got a new DC, but let's not fool ourselves. Al Golden called masterful games.
Yeah.
But at the core of what Al Golden ran was
Marcus
Freeman. And I think Chris Ash is going to run at the core Marcus Freeman.
There'll be little variations here and there, but I mean, Freeman was talking about we got to get at this press conference. We got to pressure with 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a huge change for our guys, where their guys have a whole new defensive coordinator coming in, and they've got new guys, and I think that's a culture thing.
And the biggest thing with college, the difference between college and the NFL is like you don't have these practices against other teams. You're practicing against yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have preseason games. You don't have joint practices. Like you're literally practicing against Miami every day. So yeah, if something's working, just like they're talking about how great their offensive and defensive line is, not saying it's not, but they could also be both as terrible and think each other's great. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there was a lot of criticism about both quarterbacks at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And the question was, is it the quarterbacks threw some picks because the quarterbacks made bad choices?
Yeah.
Or is it because they're playing against one of the best secondaries in the country?
Yeah.
Now, flip that over to Miami.
Yeah.
They think that they've got the best quarterback in the country.
Yeah.
Well, is he that great, or is it because the secondary's not in sync? They aren't communicating well. They're not like... Is he as good as they think he is because the secondary's not as good as they think?
Yeah, he's frustrated the secondary every day, right?
Yeah, I mean, they think their secondary is going to be awesome. I mean, they absolutely think it's going to be awesome. So I think it sets up for an interesting game, and I think it sets up for it's an ACC game, but it feels like an old-fashioned Auburn, Alabama SEC game in the trenches.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be a slugfest is what I'm
Especially if it's raining during the game.
Yeah, and then you throw in the weather. And if there's rain during the game, it's going to be loud. It's going to be hostile. There's going to be a lot of drunken Florida man come to see that game, even if they're not Miami fans, just to hate on Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I mean, South Florida is not the most Notre Dame friendly environment.
It's not the most pro ND place now.
Exactly. It's tough. So I think that's going to be an interesting mix. So how do you see the game? How do you see the game unfolding?
I mean, I think we both kind of talked about this. We've been on the same page. I feel like it's going to be close here in the first half. Obviously, going to be run heavy. Both teams going to be throwing. Both teams going to be throwing each other out and just slugfest. Like, I mean, it just feels like a back and forth matchup. And then I won't get to my prediction yet, but I mean, I think the Irish are going to pull out in the second half. Turnovers are going to be the key in this game. Obviously, last time we were in Miami, it was prime time turnover chain. And I mean, you just have nightmares about that still, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what it's going to be this year. I mean, I think the Notre Dame defense is just going to be dominant. That's just the best way to put it. I think we're going to show we're one of the best defenses in the country. And yeah, I think one of the main reasons CJ Carr was picked as starting quarterback is probably game management. I think he's going to be managing the game, and that's all he's got to do. And then he's going to grow into it as a season. I'm not expecting. We talked about this a lot last year with Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard didn't have to go win us a bunch of games, especially earlier in the season. And I think that's what the feeling is on CJ Carr. He's not going to have to go win us this game or Texas A&M game. But by the time we get to the College Football Playoff, I think CJ Carr is going to be winning us games.
Yeah, we don't need him to win games in the early. We just need him not lose games.
Exactly.
Right? Protect the ball, make good choices. And everything I've seen, I think he can do that really easy. That's in his comfort zone. He's not going to have to fight his natural tendencies to do those things.
Right.
So, yeah, and I think it's kind of the same way. I think it's, like I said, I think it's going to start off as a slugfest, and it's going to make it interesting. So I'm looking forward to it. I know Vegas has got to the 2.5 point game.
Yeah. I want to get in my score. I mean, we're getting into score predictions. Like keys to victory. What are we going to do here?
I think keys to victory is pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I mean, both teams are going to be very similar, right?
I think it's the same game plan. Protect the ball off when you're throwing.
Don't turn it over. Yep.
And control the line of scrimmage and run.
Yeah, I don't think either team's concerned about fumbling the ball. I mean, unless quarterback center exchanges, both teams will be in the gun. Yeah. But yeah, don't throw picks. Don't put your defense in a terrible spot.
Yeah.
I think it's going to legitimately be the keys to victory for offense. I mean, coaches won't come out and say that, but that's
control the line of scrimmage. It's old-fashioned control the line of scrimmage. If you can get 3-4 yards of carry, you feel like you got a really good chance of winning this game. And I think the only X factor I can find for either team that's really a big concern is special teams.
Yeah.
Notre Dame special teams, how good are we going to be? Because, that could, and I think Miami's the same place. I think Miami's got a lot of uncertainty about how good their kicking game's going to be.
Yeah, and kicking's obviously going to be huge in this game, especially early. But Jeremiah Love and Jared Price are listed as kickoff return duty.
Yeah.
Faison's on punts. So yeah, that'll be interesting. If we just my last key to victory here for the Irish is silence the noise early.
Absolutely.
I think if I remember that 2017 game, we had a chance to throw deep touchdown pass pretty early, and we overthrew the wide receiver. I can't remember who it was, but overthrew wide receiver early. That would have definitely silenced that crowd a lot earlier and maybe got them out of the game. So can Notre Dame? Not saying they've got to.
It seems like Book overthrew and then turn around and threw a pick six.
I mean, it was just like, oh gosh,
point.
It just got louder and louder. So we can't have that early turnover. Obviously, can't turn the ball over very much at all in this game and have a chance to win. But can't do something so bad early where that crowd's into the game. We gotta have sustained drives. Not saying we gotta go score, but we can't go 3 and out. We gotta go get a couple first downs. And if we punt, we punt. I'm not expecting to be perfection. I mean, it's week 1, and that's what we know about Notre Dame under Marcus Freeman. We're gonna get better every single week.
Yeah.
We're not expecting to be national championship team this Sunday. At least I'm not. I'm not expecting perfection. You know what I mean? Like I want to see we've got a good team and we've got room for improvement, right?
Yeah.
So that's my key. That's my last key to the game for us at least. Got to control the noise early.
Yeah. And if you're Miami, you got to stop the run.
Yeah.
Make CJ Carr beat you with his arm.
Yeah. They're going to pack the box. You have to imagine they're going to throw blitzes. I mean, if you're Miami, that's
bring confusion to a guy that hasn't seen a whole lot.
Yeah.
At least you don't think he's seen a whole lot. I mean, you don't know what he's seen in practice and what they've thrown at him, but try and confuse him and do not let us run the ball. And I think that's going to be it for Miami is just stop the run. And for us, I think it's the same sort of thing. We need to stop the run and take advantage of the throwing game. And the good thing is, Carson Beck's a great quarterback, but we faced him before. Like, we looked at Georgia tape and we said, okay, we know what this guy does.
Well, I would say we haven't actually played
him, but
they studied up on him. Yeah,
we studied up on him, right? We were planning like, okay,
we didn't think he was playing, obviously, but they just have to do the research on him. So they did a lot of research on him last year, leading up to that Sugar Bowl.
So we know what his game is like. It's not like, we got to now how Miami's going to utilize him differently. We don't know, but that's still our advantage. I think we've got a lot more experience with how we're going to use CJ. And a lot more knowledge than maybe they do. I think their offensive coordinator's got a little bit of an uncertainty on what he can get away with and can't get away with Carson Beck. There may be a little learning curve.
Yeah, I mean, just because the first year starting quarterback, Dan Brock still had 2 years with CJ.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, so that definitely has a factor. All right, you want to get into scores here?
Score prediction. What you got?
All right. Obviously, spreads 2.5. Over/unders 49.5. I got the under hitting, but the Irish definitely covering 30-13 Irish.
30-13 Irish. So you're taking the over?
No, that would
taking the under.
43. Yep, total points. I've got it close at the half. 10-3 at the half, and then Irish defense is going to step up big here in the second half. And 30-13 final score. Irish are winning by 17.
So I was going to go this direction. I was going to do a not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
Hat tip to Lee Corso.
Yeah.
Right?
This Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. You better be watching ESPN.
And I believe the first college game day was Notre Dame, Miami.
The first college game day
on the road
was Notre Dame, Florida State.
Was it Notre Dame, Florida State? Okay, it was Notre Dame, Florida State. So anyway, and there's the history of the Notre Dame. They're gonna talk about the Notre Dame Miami rivalry everywhere you go this week when you see it being hyped up because of the 85. The U coming out and upsetting, Notre Dame and Notre Dame winning that classic game in '88 and the 30 for 30, You'll probably see that on ESPN somewhere at least once this week. I was going to go this way. I was going to say my score prediction's 14-7 at the half, Notre Dame. That was going to be my score prediction. And I really feel like it's going to be a close game, but my anticipation is Miami is going to receive the ball to start the game. And I think we're going to receive the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to score on the opening kickoff. And at that point, I think the route's going to be on for the second half.
Yeah.
I think we're going to turn the I'm predicting a Kenny Minchie sighting in the fourth quarter. And not because we're trying to play two quarterbacks.
The middle 8, don't forget it.
I'm telling you, my gut right now, I feel confident.
Kenny Minchie's in there.
Kenny Minchie's going to be playing in the fourth quarter because the game is going to be out of hand. I'm feeling good about it.
But all I'm saying is, I'm with you. That middle 8, though, Notre Dame domination.
41-7.
Wow.
41-7.
Wow.
Book it.
And you've got what at 14-7 at halftime?
14-7 at half. 41-7. I feel like the route's going to come on. I think we're going to take us a half to get settled in, and then we're going to.
I thought I was feeling pretty bold with 17 there.
You are, but I'm calling my shot.
So you're alt spreading it to the max. You're sliding that thing in.
If I was going to gamble on the game, and I won't, that's right.
You're welcome, everyone. That's not gambling on it.
Yeah. So,
but wow. We don't talk about that. Like, we talk about what we think is going to happen in the game. We talk a little bit. But yeah, we haven't told you score predictions. That one shocks me.
Yeah. Well, I've read a lot of Miami media. I've listened to a lot of podcasts on Miami side of things. And my takeaway is there's a lot of people that are trying to find reasons that Miami's going to be good this year.
Yeah.
I think all we're going to do is, as the weather cools down in Miami, we're going to turn up the heat on Cristobal's seat.
I was going to say, it sounds like it's going to rain. It pours.
I mean, we're going to turn up the heat on Cristobal's seat. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be incredible.
And, and I think it's.
Should I be looking at plane tickets to go to this game? You think it's 40?
It's not sold out yet.
I was going to say 42-7. If that's the case, I might need to get myself down to Miami, huh?
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a party. I think it's going to be a South Bend party in South.
I was going to say Notre Dame
South
hasn't
Beach.
beat Miami in Miami the last 6 games.
Listen, I mean, Cristobal's a good coach. I'm not knocking him as a coach.
Now I know that
but
you can get coach.
But at this point, he's got a whole bunch of new guys coming in. How good is the culture? How good is everything going on? His seat's hot. He needs a win. He's going to be playing desperate. I think he's going to take some unnecessary risks.
Yeah.
And I think Marcus Freeman showed he could coach with the best of the best last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he stared down Kirby Smart and made him flinch.
Yeah.
And I think Marcus Freeman, they got the SAS on the sleeves.
Yep.
They
like
don't
stuff,
think
right?
They don't think they've accomplished anything. They realize what they've got a mission ahead of them, and I think we're going to see a more determined, more focused Marcus Freeman going into this Miami game than we.
And Notre Dame's been good under Marcus Freeman in the opening matchup.
And he's been great. I mean, top 10, top 15, top 25 matchups. He's been great.
Yeah.
Opening games. Now, home openers not so much.
Yeah.
I'm worried about. But I'm not worried about that for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Right now, I feel like it's gonna be close, early, and I'm just calling my shot.
So
I like the Irish late.
So one of the interesting conspiracy theories out there for Cristobal this week, I've started seeing this on the X and different places actually. So it's gaining some traction. I don't think it's really credible, but just something to follow if it does end up coming true. Mario Cristobal is rumored to be in the press box. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Yeah, they're saying Mario Cristobal may be in the press box for the game. Could be the first head coach in college football history that has not been health related.
Okay.
To choose to be in the press box, which it's random stuff, but I have seen a couple different people say something and I'm like, no way that's actually true, right? Could you imagine though if a head coach is up there hiding in the box?
I always thought Charlie Weiss would have been better off if he went to the press box.
Yeah.
He would have been,
which he was for health reasons, right?
I don't think Charlie was. I know Lou Holtz was in the press box for a couple of games for health reasons. I don't think Charlie would have been better off because I think as an OC mindset, he'd have been better off.
Yeah.
Not interacting with the kids.
Yeah.
Up there playing chess, he'd have been better off. But hey, there's so much going on in the X world. Everybody's starving for football. I mean, we got people freaking out about a new football logo, and we're trying to kill the tradition and get away from the fighting.
Well, let me get into some of the bets before we get into that.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
So just some lines out there if you're the bet. Now it's Notre Dame -2.5, over under 49.5. Obviously, the favorite to score a touchdown this week is Jeremiah Love, -220. Then the second favorite's Mark Fletcher Jr. for Miami. But Bryce has a good value this week, +130. Obviously, Price will pop up, score a few touchdowns this year. Will Paulding, if you've been following Notre Dame this offseason, he's been one of those wide receivers that's got a lot of hype, got named a captain, seems to have a lot of respect amongst his teammates, obviously getting voted the captain, plus 370 to score. And then if you're feeling that opening kickoff for the second half return, maybe a pick six somewhere, Notre Dame defense / special teams plus 450 to score. I feel about that one. 450 for the defense special teams.
See, I like that.
Especially with Love. I mean, that's a tough one to get because you get a pick six and get tackled at the 1 yard line, like a pick. You know what I mean?
Because I see us, like I said, I see us being tight through the half. I see us scoring, getting up, 21-7, getting a turnover or getting a stop, getting a score, getting up 28-7. And I think Miami's going to be forced to try and get away from the run game. If you're down 21 points, you're going to have to throw. And I think that's when our secondary is going to come out. And I do expect defensive score, maybe 2.
All right. And then here's the one I want your opinion on. Notre Dame's CJ Carr over under 190.5 passing yards.
I still think it's under.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm leaning.
I don't think, even though I think we're going to score.
I think it might be a bad thing if he's.
Even though I've got a scoring 41.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to require a lot of passing. He may throw one passing touchdown.
Yeah.
Now, I can see if we're working Jeremiah Love in a slot or something of that nature.
I was going to say, if you listen to Freeman's press conference, he's smirking every time. We're going to get Jeremiah Love the ball. He might be doing those shuffles right in front of him. That's a pass.
The old, Braden Lindsey jet sweep.
Yeah, exactly.
The pass. It
was 18 passing yards, and he threw it
18 inches in the air, and it goes for 110 yards.
Yeah.
I could see if CJ puts up some gaudy numbers in week 1, I see it being yards after catch primarily.
I mean, it's like that. If you think about that Jimmy Clausen versus Nevada, where they're talking about him beating the Heisman after he throws to Michael Floyd and Golden Tate for nothing, but those guys just go crazy.
Yeah, he's throwing 5 and 10 yard passes that are going 40 yards, 50 yards. I can see maybe CJ's longest ball in the air not being more than 15, 20 yards.
Really? I think he was going to take a couple shots, 1 or 2 shots. Just got to space him out a little bit. Show him he can do it.
Now, and that's the thing, right? I could see us taking 1 shot early.
Yeah.
Depending on how things go. If Miami gets the opening kickoff and we get them go 3 and out, and then they punt the ball away, I could see us doing that a la Kaiser to Fuller, take a shot early.
Yeah.
Because they're going to try and pack the box, take advantage of that. Maybe.
Yeah, Malachi Fields. Great house, somebody.
Great house calling, face on.
Throw one of them down.
I mean, and, do you throw a guy like Scrap in there that's
just fast as
just doesn't know anything, but he can run a fly route?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could see that.
I'm with you, though. I do lean. Talking about what we think what the game plan is going to be under for that 190. Now, Carson Beck's 240.5. That'll be interesting where that one ends up because he could have 35 at the half and finish with 270 because they're throwing the whole second half.
Exactly. And what I really want to see more than anything else out of Notre Dame right now is, are we going to continue to be bend but don't break?
Yeah.
Or are we going to be more aggressive? And everything I'm hearing from Ash sounds like we're going to be more aggressive, but I can see us doing the bend don't break thing. Give up 3-4 yards on a run, let the linebackers fill the holes, force them to try and do something crazy, and then, take it away from them. So I think it's going to be an interesting game. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident, and I'll be all over my emotions between now and then. I'm sure by Saturday night I'll be like, I don't know if that bold predictions. That hot take might feel really cold to me. Yeah. But I'm feeling really good right now as I prep for this pod and looked at it.
So on one of the sports books, Notre Dame's 79% of the money line bets is just an insane amount, and 84% of the spread bets. So that's just a crazy. The people are all over the Irish, which is not always usual, especially in these big games. I think it shows how much Marcus Freeman's impact has on Notre Dame. But all right,
what do you got for a prop bet?
Parlay bet.
Parlay. What do you got for a parlay?
Here's my parlay this week. I think Notre Dame's going to use Jeremiah Love a lot in non-rushing situations. I think Jadarian Price is going to get more carries than Love. So Jadarian Price over 44.5 yards. Price anytime touchdown, and I took Notre Dame minus 2.5 plus 455.
I like that.
Yeah. I think obviously Love's going to get his carries, but I think he's going to be slot. He's going to be moving around. He's going to get pitches. I think Price is going to Price could break a 60-yard run.
So
both guys can, that, but I you can get Price at plus whatever Notre Dame running back I can put plus money. I'm taking.
So I'm going to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Notre Dame is going to put up a lot of rushing yards this game?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because that leads right into the contest, and we'll be posting a contest. So just give you guys a little inside baseball here. We're going to have a contest where we're going to give away 2 tickets to Notre Dame Syracuse at the end of the season.
Yep, that's right. Free tickets.
Free tickets, Notre Dame. So to win those tickets, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Each week we're going to have some sort of contest, which gets you an entry into the drawing at the end of the year, which will happen after the pit game.
So November 15th, that game. So probably November 16th, we'll post game pod. We'll announce the winner.
So this week we'll post something on X. We'll announce the contest, and we'll say, hey, to win this contest, it's basically follow us on X, comment on this post, and give us your prediction for total rushing yards by Notre Dame versus Miami. You got to have that on there prior to kickoff.
7:30. Yep.
Yeah, and then closest without going over wins. You'll get a T-shirt if you're the weekly winner, plus your name in the drawing. At the end of the season, we'll draw those tickets, and someone will get 2 seats.
Yep. 2 free tickets to Notre Dame Syracuse game, and you've got
the PBJ homecoming game of
senior night. Like if you've not been, like senior night's a great game.
It's absolutely one of
so much tradition, and so I mean, you got what 10 chances to get into that.
Yeah. Now, I'll be honest. If someone wins it like 3 weeks in a row and we have 2 people tied, then we'll not let the guy who's won it 2 weeks in a row.
But if you're guessing our contest every week and you're winning, I mean, that's freaking awesome. I mean,
hey, if you win all 10 weeks, you're guaranteed those tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get multiple entries, but if 2 people tied, we're going to give the chance to the other person.
So I'm super pumped for this contest. Like last year we did the Sam Hartman jersey, and we're doing score predictions, and that's very difficult. But we this year we're like, we need a winners. Like we need people winning.
We need a weekly winner.
We need a weekly winner and then a grand prize.
And we need a grand prize winner.
You're entered grand prize. So yeah, I mean, keep your eye out for that. Make sure you follow us on X. Like that's what we said earlier. This is a contest worth getting an X for if you don't have one and following us, because you don't get free Notre Dame tickets very often.
Yeah. So on this video, drop your comments on YouTube. I'm sure if you're commenting on, I don't know if you can comment on video on Spotify. I don't think you can. You might be able to comment on Spotify.
We're not checking those as frequently, but get on X.
Yeah. So on this video, give us your feedback. What do you think? Your prediction. For Notre Dame on the YouTube. Your keys to the victory. And where do you think we got it right? Where we got it wrong? We love the interaction. If you're not on X, get on X. Follow us. It's a good time. There's a lot of great Notre Dame community things to join, and a lot of good banter.
Yeah, and I mean, we're gonna be back. Miami post game. I mean, I'm fired up for this. Like, it's gonna be a great time. I'm not worried about the post game show. I'm just worried about the game. I'm watching ball Saturday, watching our Irish come out in South Beach, Hard Rock Stadium, 7:30 Sunday night, and having Monday off. How much does that get any better?
Dude, it's football Friday or football weekend.
I say we're back, right?
We're back. If you ain't ready for this, get ready.
Yeah, no kidding. Not much time.
All right. Anything else?
Hey, I'm just hype. You're hype.
I'm hype.
Hey, you know what? The fan base.
I gotta apologize. We're running out of time. Coach Freeman, sorry we couldn't get you on tonight.
Yeah, sorry, Coach Freeman. Just ran out of time tonight. Maybe next week, right?
Yeah, we'll try and get you on next time, Coach Freeman.
There it is.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Irish 365 podcast.
You can find us wherever you get your podcast.
We are on YouTube, X, Instagram, and Facebook.
Just search for Irish 365 Pod.
And you can always reach us at our email, irish365pod@gmail.com.
Good night.
And God bless.